Hello and welcome to Authentic Inks hand rendering tutorial. In this video you will learn how to render wood. So I start by using a really light colour and go over in a darker wood colour. This helps create texture when the lines overlap. I go in with a 0.1 fine liner to add the texture of the grain, and then using a point of reference for the light, I add in another coat of the second colour I put on, which helps add shadow, and then create the light parts of the grain using a white pencil. You can do this using lots of different colours. Here I've used my darker colour on the previous wood first, and I'll go over with this darker wood. You can really see the grains when they overlap. I use the same technique again. With a different source of light. I use the pencil crayon to add more texture. Here is a scene which you would usually render from a plan perspective. This is a grey wood flooring, so I've used cool grey tones. I did 2 layers of this and then worked back into it with a fine liner. So here I'm picking out the knots in the wood. And now I'm adding texture with a grey pencil crayon. I'm now adding the detail of the floorboards using a fine liner. And I'm using a white pencil to pick out highlights. Here I'm making the texture of the wood darker to really help the white pencil stand out. I use the white pencil across the grains and onto the knots of the wood as well to really highlight the textures. This is a perspective view of wood. I'm using the fine liner to add detail and age to the grain. And now I'm going and using a grey marker to pick out shadow. Now I will work over it using light wood colours and build up this until I have a colour I'm happy with, using different colours in places where there's more shadow and where light would be will help add colour and texture to the wood. I use pink and yellow to add warmth. Covering over these helps bring everything together into a more uniform colour. I continue to work back into it, picking out shadows which are important to add realism. I use pencil crayons to continue adding colour and shadow. It also helps create texture within the image. And the white pencil crayon picks up any light and detail, which is key to help the realism of the flooring.